Hi guys. Last 1 month has been a crazy journey for me in terms of just the phones that I use. I know a lot of you guys hated the fact that I returned my OnePlus 3T, if there is any Android phone, I'm telling you, OnePlus is the best one out there for the price that they give, the features that they give, and in terms of just the phone itself, it was amazing. But then I'm in the Apple ecosystem, so I use a lot of their stuff, and it just made perfect sense. And I got a better deal. I didn't spend more than $50 on a new phone. And after a week or so, I've been using the iPhone quite well. I decided to go on this last minute trip. It was a lovely trip. I mean, I spent only 4 days there, but I think 7 days would have been ideal. But on the third day of the trip, I lost my phone. And compared to the previous experience when I didn't have the phone for 4 days, where I was trying to explore if I can get along without a phone in this age, I just couldn't. And but this feeling was entirely different. It's just that I was very depressed and sad. I mean, I was in this beautiful location visiting Chichen Itza, which is one of the wonders of the world. And I just couldn't enjoy the time. It was all my mind was on the phone. And more than the money that I put into the phone, it's just that it's a big hurdle. Just the social aspect of it or the emergency aspect of it. And I had to carry my iPad wherever I went to get the basic things done, like translation, maps, which are the two major things I used. And it was hard. It was really hard. So I thought they said just launched. So I thought, let me just buy the phone and see how that's like. If I like it, I'll keep it and forget about buying phones like for 2, 3 years because it's another expensive purchase. So I bought the phone, touched the phone. So let me do a quick review of the phone. Let me get to the easiest con. Uh, the fingerprint scanner is such a pain to reach. I tried using it for 4 5 days to understand if I can get over it. Especially while driving, I just couldn't get over the fact that every time I want to unlock the phone, I have to figure a way to reach out, and then when I unlock, uh, it works. But then I figured out I can use Bluetooth, the car Bluetooth connection, to make it a trusted device, so that whenever I just press, I unlock it. And the next negative that I can tell is, look at the fingerprint magnets there on the back. It's lovely to hold. It doesn't slip much comparatively, as much as I thought, like let's say 7 Plus Jet Black Edition, but it's just that it's such a fingerprint magnet. Uh, but I have to give it to Samsung. They make one of the best screens. So they have the home screen here. I just okay. So that's how. Okay, unlock it, and yeah, the screen's lovely. Samsung has done away with their crazy TouchWiz UI, but then it's still Samsung-y. There are a few small bits that are quite irritating that I just don't like. Like, okay, so another bit, the I think the bezel-less screens are going to be a big trend going on, but I just hope they do it in a different in a way like Xiaomi did with Mi Mix, in the sense you give the thick bar at the bottom, so you got a place to hold the phone and operate it, and then you can do the infinity display at the top. I know sensors are going to be a problem, but the reason I tell that is whenever you're typing something here, I keep missing so many points. Maybe you'll get over it, but I just feel a place at the bottom would go a long way in terms of giving you that base to hold and then type. And their placement of home screen, navigation screens are opposite, and that's not a major problem, it's still a problem. And then Another bit that I didn't like is if you see, so this is 2x analog zoom on the 7 Plus. See the battery there? That's bad. It's it drains up so fast, but there is fast charging, so it works. But still, I think to make sure these don't blow up, I think Samsung did away with high capacity fast charging batteries. So battery is another negative for me. And then what else? The phone's so thin, it actually feels so good in the hand. Like it's so thin and long. On a comparative scale, it's just much thinner and longer, so it's nicer to hold. Where I'm now struggling to hold the iPhone a bit. It's wider, but somehow I think I prefer the wider screen still. It's nicer to view videos. Most of the videos on the S8 are still cut off at the edges, and you can extend it using that button there. And but the screen pops, so they so another negative that reminds me, there are a few things. So one, they have decreased the battery storage big time, and two, they have these modes like performance mode. Let me click and show you what happens there. So the screen resolution by default is at 1080p, and then the brightness is also decreased. So when you activate this, the performance is going to be higher. I don't know if something's done on the RAM side, but just on the resolution side, this is the best mode for you to use. What else? So the Bixby is useless. I've been trying to use this. Like Samsung, please stop copying Google. You're using Google software and again copying them. So you have Google Now here, which works brilliantly. And why make something in duplicate? It just complicates things. For someone coming from an iPhone, we like simple things. So if you want to take all the Apple guys, do things simpler way. Don't complicate things again for us. Coming to the positives now, just the screen, it's just brilliant. Especially when you turn it on the performance mode, they pop up big time. And let me show you some of the pictures that I've taken. This was while driving. I don't know if you can see they were just brilliantly. I don't know if you can see the details. For a second, when I posted this on Facebook, I thought it's just the Samsung S8 display is giving up amazing details. But then, even in actual photo, there are so many details left for you to see, and it's just brilliant. Look at this picture. Some low light pictures too. Oh yeah, this is another piece that I loved. So on a camera front, thumbs up to Samsung. They are doing really good. So as the Marcus Brownie MKBHD video recently, it's just your personal choice. Most of the cameras are at par now. So, oh yeah, this was at a zoom, and that is a tiny miniature bus. I have to give it to Samsung. They have done a great job. Yeah, those are some of the pictures. So the display is great. The camera is great. Only that the optimized display for higher battery performance, and then the edge display. I don't know how much IOC. I've been trying to single-handedly to pull up the edge screen. Yeah, now it works. So there are a few interesting features, but for me personally, I'm not using that so much. So it looks cool. They've done it in a better way than the S7 in the sense it flows smoothly to the back. Oh man, look at the fingerprints. But then I got a case for that. So this is the case that's available in the Samsung store. It's a secured case. So the good thing about this case, it separates the camera to the fingerprint sensor. So it's easier to reach and not smudge your camera with this case. And this adds a decent. It might look flimsy, but this is very hard. Like And if you can hear it, I can't even flex it so much. This is a much better case. And so in the phone, that's how this looks. It adds quite a bit of bulk, but you don't feel it. It's still thin. It's still so thin. And so I just unlock it, fingerprint. I just wish the fingerprint sensor was here. Anyways, now to the other part. Something happened. So the performance has been snappy, but yeah, they have optimized it for higher battery performance. And another good bit, front camera is good, but I'm not such a big selfie guy. I take hardly few. And then, so all I could think of was these 2 points, the camera and the screen. Their software is so irritating. Like, there are too many things that complicate things. Like when I activated the phone, I had to use a Samsung account, I had a Google account. Imagine when I lost my phones and I use all encrypted passwords, uh, which ties me more into Apple, by the way, because they uh, have to record passwords. I had to keep my iPad and then manually enter a few things. If I had an iPhone, it's much easier, but still, just that I have to enter Google account, I have to enter a Samsung account, and it just complicates things. Why do I want so many accounts for a simple thing, right? Uh, so the duplication in software is bad. And I think this Jet Black, Midnight Black edition is done really well. I like the colors that they went this time, especially with all black front, even if you have a different color in the back. So that's nice of them. So somehow the fast charging is okay, but it's not actually as fast as OnePlus 3T. That is a rapid fire phone. And so this is the box. Let quickly show you the contents in the box. So I unboxed the phone like in the store since I was traveling, and yeah. So this is the basic stuff you get. So let me actually rebox the phone now. So the charger goes there. So I didn't use up the headphones. I'm sure they should be fine, but I didn't feel like opening the box because somehow I felt maybe I'll return it. So just in case, to make my life easier. So let me pack the phone. Okay, so the charger's packed, neat and tidy, not as tidy as I wish. And then I'm gonna put the phone back later once I wipe it clean. So yeah, so this is the case I would recommend to everyone. This is the phone. I think it's a nice phone. It's the screen is brilliant. Although you have to change some settings to get the best of it. The performance is good, but you can get the same from 3T. The camera is amazing. That I will give. So the screen and the camera are the best bits of the S8. Speakers, they're stupid. Don't even worry about them. So they have an extra SD card storage if you are into adding more data, since it has only limited options of storage now. And headphone jacks, like I use all wireless ones now. I think that's the future. So it's not a big problem for me, but it feels nice in the hand, much lighter than my iPhone. So yeah, that's the story of. So I got the phone, but then I went to States to pick up an unlocked iPhone for much lesser price. So that's the set that's going back to Samsung. And that's me signing off. Have a good night. Please subscribe.